Thanks. Hi everyone for joining. Thank you so much. Welcome to an EIV webinar with WeDoGood. EIV webinars are learning sessions that we do for every Indian volunteering community, wherein we invite people who have been engaging volunteers at scale to share their learnings and their knowledge. We've had Shubham for a previous webinar as well. This was a hit. People loved the AI hacks that he shared, so we thought we should get him back to share more. Today we'll talk more about how you can use AI to create content for your volunteering program. Shubham will talk about three aspects and I'll let him talk about it. Shubham, over to you. We'll let you present for say 40-45 minutes and then move to a Q&A. If people feel that you're not boring them too much and they can listen to you more, then we may extend it to 5-10 more minutes. In the meantime, if everybody could please put in which cities they're joining in from and what are some AI tools they've already used. One of the most common ones is ChatGPT that he spoke about and most of us have used. So Shubham has some idea on what people are already familiar with. Thanks, Shubham. Over to you.
Okay. Instead of putting which tools you use, have you used any tools for content creation or marketing? And if you have used that, mention that. So if you have used it just for any random piece, right? Like, or for example, research paper or writing emails and all, don't put that. Just put the city you are from and like what all tools that you might have used for like marketing or content creation purposes. And like, if you haven't, that's totally okay as well. Would love to see like what all people have used like in past. Yeah. Okay. I don't see anything. Okay. So Roshan says he has used Gemini, pop-up housing trust from bank. Okay. Just chat GPT, Gemini, Slide AI. Okay. Cool. So you've used Slide AI for generating content. That's good. Okay. Chat GPT for captions and blogs. Cool. It looks like I think people have mostly explored Chat GPT. So today we'll talk about some more like some more tools for sure. Okay. For email, subject lines, blogs, etc. Okay, great. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you are able to see it. Okay. Is my screen visible? Like, can someone confirm?
Yes.
Great. Yes, some, but we'll cover how we can use ChatGPT like for this itself. Okay, let me first open this link, right? Like, so this is a content that my team actually prepared. Just to give you an example, what all can be done. Like, this is, I think, one of the advanced use cases that we had. This is some version of me, but right, like, and we are planning for a new campaign, right? I won't like give you much detail, but as we do good, like, we are looking forward to creating some like stories, and this is like a comic strip that we created, right? Like, so something about me, how I was moving on, like what I was doing and all that, was part of couple of initiatives, like some event in personal in general, right? Like, so how this worked out, I got some job and all that stuff, right? Like, and then I started this whole organization called WeDoGood itself, right? Like, so this is basically a comic strip that you can see like we generated. How much time do you think it must have taken to like create a comic strip like this? Any thoughts? Quick thoughts. How much would it be? You guys can put it on chat itself. Okay. 10 minutes. Oh wow. Okay. Dilip says 10 minutes. Yes, but we did not want it to look exactly like me. Like, the idea of comic strips is not to be exactly like that. Oh, Megha says 30 second. Wow. Deepthi says 15 minutes. I think everyone is just like now in chat GPT mode and thinking about it. Guys, no, it has taken some more time. It has like taken around 45 minutes to an hour because you have to figure out the story and all that. But think about days, right? Like, if you would not have had chat GPT, like AI tool itself, this whole process might have taken days, right? Like there are a lot of, I think, pages on Instagram and all where people are designing and all that, and it take a good amount of time to create each one of these images and all that, right? And if I say, a lot of time in this went into story writing and what actually should go into each page. The image generation part was quite quick, right? Like, so that in general. So, just going back, so a little about us. So, WeDoGood is basically a skilled volunteering platform where we empower other social impact organization by connecting them with skilled volunteers. We have completed these many number of projects, and we help people like help people like with pieces like marketing, technology, strategy, and all these things. So, if you have anything, you can definitely check us out. Uh, Moving on. So what we'll actually cover today, right? Like, so what we'll cover today is that what are some of the tools to improve content creation and marketing efficiency. So we'll talk about how we can actually create these content quickly. We can talk about like how this can be improved, how you can do much more than that. What we'll not cover today is how can you become a better marketeer or a content creator, right? I am not any one of these, and that's why in some bits and pieces I'll probably be asking my team to show something or probably for suggestions and all. But it can, like, you still have to see which one looks good, which email content looks better and all. AI will give you a lot of options, but unless you have the skills or unless you are able to figure it out, yeah, like it's, you still need those skills to kind of take it forward from there itself, right? Like, so this is what we'll cover. Okay, so here is the agenda for today. Mainly any content creation or marketing, at least in the volunteering space or not for profit space, the way we generate content is about three things, right? First being is copywriting, writing different type of content. It can be for blogs, it can be for LinkedIn post, it can be for like any other type of content itself. The second being image generation, like how you create images and all. And then the third being videos, where how you can create some videos in general as well. So we'll start with copywriting. So how do you think we generally do copywriting, right? And the answer is still yes, our old chat GPT. Like it feels weird saying that, okay, chat GPT is old now, but I think everyone has used in some form or the other, or at least aware about the name in general, right? Like, so how do we use chat GPT? So in my previous session, if some of you have attended that, it's all about prompt engineering, right? Like how can you prompt engineer better? And without going much in detail, like if you have not attended the session, we can circulate the link for previous session and you can understand how to go about it. These are the six things that you have to keep in mind while creating a better piece, right? So if you're going to chat GPT and if you're asking how to write a session, the way to go it is say that, okay, you have to write a LinkedIn post, mention the context. So say that, okay, I'm a 10 years experienced content writer. I'm trying to like write a post about LinkedIn on WeDoGood where we are promoting skilled volunteering and we are asking more and more people to volunteer. Send an example if you can, and then add some more details, right? So in last session, we understood how we can write little bit like Sashi Tharoor, for example, right? We figured out like what are some of the ways to do that. So that is definitely one way, one good way to do that, right? But ChatGPT was not designed to create post a marketing post in general, right? ChatGPT is a generic LLM which is actually created to do 10 different things, right? Like, so there are a lot of other tools which are created on top of ChatGPT, which are actually wire tuned better for marketing itself. So these are some of the tools that we'll cover today for like copywriting itself. I'll start with Wordtune and Grammarly, and I'll also show a couple of these in general, right? Okay, so let's start with Wordtune. What exactly is Wordtune? Okay, so Wordtune is a tool which can help you write things. Okay, so let me start with a new page. Here you can actually figure out what type of format you want to write. So casual, formal, you can increase the size, expand it and all. And like we can actually first let's generate the content using AI, right? So, so let's talk about like what type of things. So let's talk about WeDoGood itself, right? Like so, let's say WeDoGood is actually seeking NGOs whom they can like whom we can connect volunteers with and who we can figure it out. So like WeDoGood is a skilled volunteering platform. It's seeking NGO partners to connect with their skilled volunteers, write a LinkedIn post on how to so Wordtune is a free tool, right? So write a LinkedIn post on how to so if you see, this is how it is, right? Like so, and then you can click on it, right? Like so, what it does is that like it first creates a draft version of how this post should look like, right? And I enabled like you must have seen there is a small tick button like when I was writing it. It first tells you how does the outline of the final document or the final draft would look like. So ChatGPT, if you see, it generally creates that like piece itself, right? It's not creating an outline or a story. And generally whenever you are writing, right, like you must have done it in past, we try to create a background, then you say something, then you say something, then you say something, right? So what it does is that it creates a flow of how to go about it. So if you see, it tells you that okay, let's first introduce WeDoGood, then let's talk about what are the benefits of partnering with WeDoGood, then let's talk about how NGOs can partner with WeDoGood, and then examples of successful partnerships with NGOs and WeDoGood itself, right? So if you see, like it created a whole flow of how a proper article or a proper post should look like, right? And then once we are done with it, we can probably add a section here. So if you see, this is one section. If I want to edit something here, like I can edit it by clicking on it as well. I can add another section if I want to, and it can create it as well. But for now, I'm not doing it. And just click on continue to draft. Now, if you see, once I click on continue to draft, it has created a whole piece for me on like how a paragraph or a post should look like, right? So overall, this thing here, it's excited to announce a new partnership with NGOs who are seeking to amplify their impact through skilled volunteering. It's a dedicated platform that simplifies the matching. It wrote it all, and it's somewhat very similar to what WeDoGood would be, right? Partnering with WeDoGood in a proper structure. Additionally, can support this. It added another example itself, right? Like so, it created some random example, but it created a whole flow of how a document should look like. So this is what first part of Wordtune is, right? Like so, which is all about creating a story, a structure, and then creating the first draft. I don't stop here, and I would also suggest not to stop here, right? Like start with a outline, create a post or a paragraph of how you would look like, but you still have to edit. Like it cannot be that you just post it like it is. Like you'll have to spend some time to it. So what I do is that like I open a random doc. Let me open a new doc, or let me post it here itself. Now, if you see, this is the whole paragraph that I've done. What I can do is that let's suppose I want this paragraph doesn't look nice, right? Like or probably things doesn't look this. So what I can go is I can go to Wordtune and like create a what you say install a Google extension. If you see here, they have different options. So there is a daily usage limit that you can do. But here, if you see, you can actually reform this into a casual tone. You can change this to a formal tone. You can shorten it. You can actually expand it as well. Let me see if I can quickly, like, do I have the word tune extension here? Okay, I have it. So this is a different account. So if your first account is like done, just put a different account. I was using it today as well. Okay. So this, yeah. So if you see this, it has written different variants of how this will look like. It's a sentence. Let me first go to a paragraph so that it reads the whole paragraph. And now I'm able to see, right, like which paragraph makes sense. It has tried to change the format of this paragraph itself. It can change the tone too. So you can write it in a casual tone. Let's suppose you want to write a post. So I generally do not like writing in a business or a formal tone. So I try to keep it in a casual tone and like so that people feel more friendly. If I think it's too big, I can click on shorten and then it gives me a shortened post, right? Like a smaller post as compared to this. And then I can click on expand and it expands the whole post into a bigger paragraph in general, right? Like if you see the sizes have increased in general for these paragraphs as well. So this is one way in which you can do it. Let me go and show a couple of other examples of how you can do this, right? Like, so one example is again Grammarly. Right now I'm using the Grammarly Pro version, but if your NGO is registered, it doesn't need an FCRA license. You get free like Grammarly Pro subscription. So here you can actually improve it. You can have more ideas. And if you click on more ideas, it have different ways of it. Make it more informative, make it more detailed, make it more descriptive, summarize it, paraphrase it, make it professional. So whatever way you want to write, right? Like once you start using these tools, you understand that, okay, you can reform it from one way or the other way itself, right? And that is how you kind of go about. So there is no automatic that, okay, it will do all the job for you. No, it doesn't have every context that you as a human, right? Like we probably AI cannot generate everything, but it can really help you understand and figure out things. You can edit couple of things that you want here and then change, either use WordTune or Grammarly to rewrite it in a particular format itself. Okay, does that make sense? Can I get a couple of yeses? Okay, Megha says good. Cool. So these were two tools which are really nice, WordTune and Grammarly. Grammarly doesn't generate this way. Grammarly just generates very similar to ChatGPT itself. That's why I did not use it. But if you have Pro, you can use it that as well. Okay. The third tool that I'll cover today is very nice, right? Like it's called Writer. And I personally use this for creating blogs. So a lot of NGOs I've seen is write blogs on a very regular basis. So how this Writer looks like is that it has actually given some use cases in general, right? Like so you cannot do anything that you want, but it has lot of like it has lot of things that you really can do, right? Like so there's blog idea and outline and there's blog section writing. This is how Writer started a year ago, and this two sections are really great in Writer itself. However, there are other things, right? You can do copywriting in certain frameworks, you can do email, cover letter, Facebook post, Google search ads if you want to optimize based on Google itself, if you want to keyword extract, right? If you want to generate keywords for your LinkedIn post, let's suppose you want to generate key post, you can write LinkedIn post and all as well. These are new. Poem generator is also there. It generates a poem for you. Quora answers. So it helps you in writing stuff. But I generally have used it for blog and this works really well. So I'll tell you how this works. There are two sections for blog. First is blog idea and outline. Very similar to WordTune, let's come to a place where we can structure a whole blog itself. Now, what we should write a blog about? Can someone give any example on what we should write a blog about? Or if any one of you are writing a blog, right? Like we can do this. No, Atik, there are multiple that we can use via WordTune. Like I think there are around 50 posts that we can use via WordTune. So it's still a decent bunch. And you can anyways have multiple logins through which you can do that. Yeah. Okay, so someone says learning outcomes in education. Uh, Sorry, writer this. Okay, let's use learning outcomes in education itself, right? Like, so let's say that we want to write a blog about. I'm not sure if I'm giving all the context. Here I can choose how many variants I want. One, two, three variants. I'll go with two variants. This is something, if you have used Playground in OpenAI, you can use it. If you have never heard of it, don't worry. uh, when you actually take too much creativity, what happens is that, like, it can go into any direction. If you keep less creativity, it will stick to the it will stick to the point as well, right? Like low, medium, high only. And then there is none, which is very factual if you want to keep it. Optimal is good. Like you can try for things, right? Like, so learning outcomes in education is something that so it will write a whole blog post on how it will look like. So this is the first piece, which is about unlocking the power of learning outcomes in education, a comprehensive guide. This is the headline. This is the first paragraph, understanding the significance of learning outcomes. Uh, the second paragraph is the role of learning outcomes in shaping curriculum development. Then, how do we measure success? Then, how do we cultivate a culture of continuous improvement? Then, innovative approaches, and then fostering student success and empowerment through learning and all that. So, if you see, it has given a whole structure of how a blog should look like. And that is what I think a lot of time blog writers struggle about or think about, that okay, what we should write it, right? And there's another version that you can look through, so you can choose what you want and all that. Once you have this, right, like, so what you have to
Huh?
do is that you have to select one by one. It doesn't allow everything autonomous right now, but you can actually do a section writing here.
Demesis, perdão. Only
So you can do a section writing, and then you can just copy what it has given over here. So I'm copying the section header uh, in the header section itself. And then I'm copying like whatever. Okay, which one did I copy? This one, right? And I'm copying the keywords here, right? Like, so it's kind of created for its piece itself. And then again, I can choose how many variants I want. And then it will start writing for me itself, right? Like, how does the paragraph should look like? So if you see, it has given me two options, one being this is the first paragraph, and then the other one is this. I can choose, I can go through in detail, I can choose which one works, which one doesn't work, and then take it forward. Right. Similarly, we can go one by one, and we'll have a decent blog ready that we probably would have spent 10-15 minutes, and we would have a complete blog ready. You can definitely edit it. You can edit this section as well, right? So let's suppose you feel like that instead of this, we also want to talk about college learning goals, right? Like, or importance of mentors, maybe, right? Like, so I can add these things so that it reads through and probably add some details about the mentorship itself. Okay. So this is one tool which I really like about writing. You can also try for other things, right? Like, so one of, I think, ways of learning AI is trying different tools yourself and then seeing how does that look like, right? This section on newsletter, you can mention your key points and it generates a newsletter itself. All written format, nothing in particular, but yeah. There's another feature called chat, which they are, I think, new. I haven't tried it, but you can do it too, right? Like, so this is about this. There's one more tool called Write Sonic. So if you have Write Sonic, I would say is much better than both of these. If you have money, Write Sonic is bit costly. You can use it. It only gives you 25 paragraphs a month, which is, I think, too less in general. And that's why I haven't used Write Sonic after the first trial that I've used. I'll in next 2 minutes, since we have little less time, I'll try to cover two more things. So let's suppose you have written something, right? Either via AI or yourself, and you want to improve it. How you will do that? So there's a nice tool called Hemingway. Like my team member Momita uses this a lot. So let me show you this main page itself. How does Hemingway works is that like once you write it, it tells you how you have written it in general, right? Like so first is it talks about the readability. Uh, if you're writing something for internet, a lot of people are mostly scrolling and they probably don't have a lot of time to read in general, or they might not be reading it with very focus. So you want to make it less very easily readable so that they are able to capture the attention really well. Now if you see, there are red and yellow sections over here which are very hard to read and hard to understand, right? So you would probably like to improve your content so that you don't have hard to read sections. You probably would like to keep it in these first three sections of how it should be. You can also keep it more lighter, right? Like, so if you see there are around 151 words, can you decrease it over here? Generally, you don't want to create long posts. So it gives you a good parameter of how your writing has been and how and what are the places that you can improve in general as well. Okay, so this is one tool. The second tool, which I think is very important sometimes when you're creating a LinkedIn post, is called basically hooks, right? Like, so you need hooks. You probably want to, for example, in YouTube, you must have seen a thumbnail, which is very different, right? Like, I follow Think School a lot. They are doing case study and they'll just talk about like how did BJP and Congress did and all that stuff. And the reason they put it like that is because it's more hooks, right? People get more attracted to such type of content in general. So copy.ai is generally very costly. This is also a very nice tool, mostly used by uh, bigger content creator. If you want to, you can also leverage it, like if you are okay spending money. But this is a free version of copy.ai where you can generate hooks, right? So here you can mention how many variants you want, what is the goal of the content, right? Like, so I want uh, the post. Now, if you submit it, it basically creates like different version of hooks that you can basically use in general as well. Okay. Why did it not work?
Maybe you need to log in.
Oh, yeah, I have not logged in. Okay. One of the other things is that these kind of tools and all, right? Like you can just Google these. Many of these tools, like you can like figure it out by Googling in general. Try to use it once. If you like it, you can continue using it. If you don't, like you can stop it. One special tool that I really want to cover just in 1, 2 minutes. I had a hard stop for this at 4:25, but I'll just show you quickly is called Merlin AI. So Merlin AI is a chat extension. You can download it by going to Merlin AI itself. What Merlin AI has is that it actually has a combination of all different LLMs that are existing. LLM is a large language model tool, which basically ChatGPT is an LLM, right? Like, and there are lot many of others. There's Gemini, there's Claude, there are some Mistrals as well. So you can actually leverage it to kind of create something over here. And here you can actually chat with your document. You can create chatbots, you can create images and all that. So I generally don't try using 10 number of tools. It's very hard to remember everything. So I personally used Merlin for everything, right? Like, so if I have a post, I can do it, else I can write it here itself. I want to write a post. If you see, I'm using ChatGPT 4. and I'm using free modern AI version, right? Like, so it is kind of using ChatGPT 4, which might have been costlier. And uh, okay, so if you see this, it has written the content, it has not generated the image. So I can actually ask to generate separately, generate an image for using ChatGPT 4, right? Okay, I'll come to the image section. I have a whole dedicated section for this. Okay, it's ChatGPT 4. Okay, I think that's what they have changed. But Merlin AI is kind of good, and you can use it anywhere that, whenever you want to and all. You can also link Merlin AI with YouTube. So, for example, if I have a YouTube video open, like and like if you see here, Merlin AI will actually summarize things and all that stuff as well. So, a lot of other use cases which I think you should start using, and like you leverage some of these as well. Now let's come to images. Okay. Have any one of you created images before? Like, have you created any kind of images using AI before? Okay, Roshan says yes. Mika says no, no. Okay. So looks like only a handful of people have done that. There are a couple of paid tools that that I'll go through today. I generally recommend, if you're creating images on a regular basis, to use one of this. However, there are a lot of free tools as well, which has been created recently, right? Like which you can kind of use too, right? So I personally like Midjourney, the type of image that it can generates. So let's talk about how a image is generated, right? Like, so in Midjourney, you have to take a subscription for around $20. So it is bit costly, but like I personally like Midjourney as well. So let's talk about this, how it works. So Midjourney works via Discord. So Discord is a uh, like a community platform started with gamers, but now a lot of people use it. So if you want to use Midjourney, just go to their website and they'll guide you with every piece. So let's suppose I want to generate a Midjourney image. So I can write about this, create an image of, what should I do? Of a group of volunteers working with, working with, um, okay, suggest me some idea. What type of image should I generate? I am very bad with ideas. Any ideas? Any ideas what type of image to generate? Okay, slums in urban areas, right? Okay, create an image of group of volunteers uh, volunteering in a slum next existing in an Vasumati, I don't know whether AI probably can generate unrealistic images as well. But probably, yeah, maybe this way only RCB men's team can win IPL. I have no idea, but okay. Create an image of group of volunteers volunteering in a slum existing in an urban area. The slum is in India. Let me add about Dharavi only. So slum is in Mumbai in India, next to um, yeah. Let's see what type of image it generates. Volunteering to make sandwich. It generally takes 1 or 2 minutes. If you see, this is an example that we did recently. So create a realistic image of volunteering, volunteer creating teacher learning materials for students in school in Chhattisgarh. The students are from a government school and the teacher is a Delhi-based volunteer who is very fashionable. Now, if you see this, these are the four images that was generated. If you can see, these look quite real in nature, right? Like these doesn't look like AI generated at all. Like these people look realistic, like all that in general. Let's see what it has created, right? Like, so it is creating right now. It creates four version. Okay, wow. So see, this is these are the image which is generated. It could be like such kind of structure doesn't exist in world, right? Like it could be that this slum is randomly generated. Like there's no such structure in world which has so much garbage, and then there is like buildings like this and all, right? Which image do we like? Any thoughts? Which image do we like amongst the four? Okay, let's do four. So what we can do here is we can actually zoom out four, or we can create variations of four. So I'll create variations of four, which will be similar. And for I think whose comment was it? I'll also do something for Vasumati. Wait, let's see what it does. Now, if you see this, it created four images which are quite similar to these in general, right? Like, and you can choose which one looks better to you. Right. Like, for example, here, in this one, let's also see, uh, to me, this fourth image also here looks quite nice. So I'll create a version 4 for it, and like it helps me figure it out. In the meanwhile, this RCB image is also getting generated. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, even Midjourney is saying that RCB doesn't have a trophy, and that's why it's not showing a single trophy. Right, but if you see, it kind of figured out that okay, RCB has a red jersey and all that and stuff. So it had some training data and all through which it figured it out. Okay, this one is taking time. Okay, just to give example of how we generated that piece itself. So there is something called as, there's a new section in this that has appeared. So you have to upload a photo of a person itself. So this is what my team was trying before. So if you see, they uploaded a photo of me somewhere. Okay, we have tried a lot of iterations, I believe. This was a first time of us doing, right? Like, so they uploaded a old picture of me. I don't look like this picture right now. I don't know why, but yeah, so this is what they uploaded, and then they started adding that this is what they want. This is what my image is and how it will look like, right? Like, so it started creating like some of the images in general, and then figured out which one makes sense, which one doesn't make sense. It also added comic uh, style imagery, and it started adding like boxes and all that stuff, right? Like, so you are able to figure it out from there. And this is how we generated the whole comic too, right? Like, and it took around 40-45 minutes to trial and error with these things in general, right? We were thinking of creating something with Shah Rukh Khan as well. I'll show you one example. Yep. So if you see, this was Shah Rukh Khan, and I love mangoes. So I did create an image of this person. I did not tell him Shah Rukh Khan, and eating a mango under a tree, right? Like, and this is how the images were generated. Now, if you see, this person looks somewhat similar, not exactly a Shah Rukh Khan. And then you can kind of put anything. So you just have to put the image link, and you can put this person is now dancing, this person found his girlfriend or wife in what, Hansraj College? I don't remember which college he found it in, right? Like, so you can kind of start creating all those things and create a story of Shah Rukh Khan, right? And similarly, like, if you guys want to create your own story, you can do that. Like, no one's stopping you, right? Like, let me show you the image version of this, right? So I said that create versions of four. So it figured out that there is a girl who's teaching, there are some other girls who are there as well. And it kind of created a version of that. Right now, if you see, the images look somewhat similar. Girl probably is teaching here in left, in center. They might have little different faces and all, right? And this looks so realistic. And whatever you want, you can click U1, U2, U3, and U4, and then do it exactly like that. So this is how Midjourney works. I'll quickly show ChatGPT DALI as well. So DALI is something which exists inside ChatGPT itself. However, in the paid version, GPT-4. So we just go here and say that, okay, create an image of a fan saying RCB won IPL. Okay, cool. So if you see this, this looks quite nice, right? RCB won IPL and all that jersey. Finally, here RCB won the IPL, but this is how a cool image looks like. You can create an image of a person holding a board which says volunteer now. And it will like create something like that. So you can basically figure it out how you would like to create an image, right? You can just, like, if you are creating something for your social media and whatever, and you want people to focus on this, you can just create an image like this. Okay, now if you see this, this looks artificial. You just have to create an image of an Indian person or a Indian individual and all that. Nikita, this is ChatGPT 4. It's not available in 3.5. Right, like, so via Merlin, you still are able to use it. I've used it in past via Merlin. I don't know why it's not working right now, but maybe with trial and error, you can figure it out, right? But if you're having ChatGPT, for sure, you should use it. Okay. In the meanwhile, there are some other tools which are right. Yes, you can also use Copilot in Edge browser, and it uses ChatGPT for it, right? Like, so Microsoft has a partnership with OpenAI with for their latest version of ChatGPT. Still, they get Chat like Gen AI and whatever. But and there are few tools, free tools that you can use as well. These are completely free. So FreePic is a tool which actually generates stock images. It used to be there and now it can generate images faster as well, right? Like, so you just have to hear it search. And if you go to tools new, we have something called as AI image generator. And you can just say volunteer painting a school. You can put a style. If you want to, you can make a comic. Let's do a painting. And we can kind of click on generating it. It might ask me to log in or whatever. I've never used it. So Momita and my team, she has used it before, so she suggested this one. There are a couple of other tools. So DaVinci AI is, people have mentioned that it's better than like what you say, Midjourney. It's new and it's actually so the way to go about it is you click on it, try for free, you sign in. People, it's very hard to cover everything in an hour, so I might go 5, 7 minutes extra. I hope that's okay with you all, right? So we'll cover video generation quickly. Again, most of it is a paid tool over there. It might take some time to get a free tool there, but yeah. So here we can continue with this, and now right, like a writer. So create an image of a Indian volunteer teaching in a government school. Uh, I forgot what I wrote, but here you can click on style, what type of style you want. Right? It can create in Van Gogh, like famous artist and all that stuff, creepy, prophecy, and all that. You can select the model which you want. It's SDXL what their model is, and you can figure out what type of image you want, right? Like, and it generates the image. Now, if you see this, right, like, so it has created an Indian image of person teaching in a government school kind of a thing. Not that realistic like Midjourney. One reason could be I did not give a good prompt. Let me try the exact one like that I used with. Uh, okay, so if you see this, these are the images, still not better than Charge Midjourney, but yeah. And you can like try these other tools as well. I can share it with you. Canva is still there. I don't think it's that good right now. They just did it because of the pressure, but this is all it is. Uh, right. Cool. So there are two other things that I would we'll cover today. One is the video creation tool. Uh, there are two things, Synthesia and Sora. Sura is still not accessible to public. One of my friends had access to it, so we created something and it was quite nice. You can see some videos. It should be there in this end. They'll release it at the end of Q2 or early Q3. So in probably 3 months we'll have it. There's another tool called Synthesia. However, this is a paid tool. So I'll probably pass it on to my teammate Momita, who will quickly share a little bit about Synthesia in 2-3 minutes, and then we'll look over one of the repurposed tool and one more overall tool that I really want to share it with you all. So over to you, Momita. Can you quickly share that?
Yeah, hi everyone. I know nobody signed up to hear me talk, but unfortunately, here we are. So let's begin with Synthesia, right? So I won't be able to show you exactly how it works because I've run out of all the free tiles on my account and most other accounts as well, but it's basically it lets you create video avatars, and here you see a white person, but it also gives you like people who look like you and me, right? Indian folks in talking in Indian accents. Sometimes it might become a little stereotypical, but other times it works really well. Then you have different pitches that you can choose from. Either you can use a sales pitch, or if you want to pay someone a compliment, you can use that as well. And you can just write what you want, right? So you can write, "Hi, I'm Momita, and part of WeDoGood," whatever, right? And this like avatar here will talk in the exact same manner you want it to talk. It will look in the exact same manner you want it to look. Although Synthesia is quite expensive, I think it's around $200 annually. Video generation right now is not as cheaply available as text generation or image generation, so that is the reason why it's kind of expensive. Here I've got a like a alternative to Synthesia. I was able to find it just before this call, right, to kind of show you how it looks like. So I've added a small line here. The voice you can choose female, male, whatever you prefer, and accordingly you also have like how it will narrate, right? So calm narration wise voice, do you want it to be soft news wise, do you want it to be gentle like audiobook, or do you want to sound make it sound like pleasant, interactive? So I want my voice to sound like a soft news like voice, okay? And so I've selected that, the speed you can increase and all. And this person right here is supposed to speak exactly what I've written. So let's try it out. Is the audio audible to you guys?
No, you'll have to share with the audio as well.
Okay, so this is exactly what it looks like, right? And you can have different versions of it, and you can also find a lot of free alternatives. Although the quality wouldn't be that great unless you're willing to pay for it. So yeah, that's pretty much about video generation or AI. In case you have any questions, you can just let Shubham know, and we'll take it forward.
Could you
I'll
reshare your screen with the sound on so we could listen to the video?
Okay, the sound wasn't on.
No,
No.
you have to
Okay.
reshare your screen with sound on, Momita. So
Yeah.
when you are
Can you
sharing,
hear it? Okay, wait. I'll just share it once again.
there's a button on
Yeah, I
top.
got it.
The sound, yeah.
Hi, I'm Mumita, part of WeDoGood. I am here to help you understand video generation with AI.
This was not great. However, if you'll see videos and all, we have tried a couple of these in via free trial. It works quite well. Right, like so. This one was definitely not. But yeah, you can change the way it looks, and you can figure it out as well. Right. One of the other tools which a lot of YouTubers now have started using is are these, right? These are also paid tools. However, you can use some versions of it. So what these tools are actually video repurpose tools. So let's suppose we have a Zoom recording of this and we want to create reels or we want to format it in certain way. So I'll show you one of it. Where is Opus? So I can do some purpose of it. So Opus Clip is basically a generative AI video that repurposes long videos into shorts in one click, right? So it's using OpenAI itself. It's using Sora for now. So I've added the link of the first YouTube, like the first AI session that we did, right? Like around 20 days back. This is the YouTube link for it. And then I'll click on get free clips. So if you see, it's kind of generating free clips for it. Oh, it will ask me to log in. Okay, let's see how much. It's kind of creating. Okay, the estimated wait time is 16 minutes, but this is how it kind of creates this into different clips, right? I processed it with a small video, and it created a reel into two. I should not have used this bigger one. But this is how it works, right? In the interest of time, I'll actually move on to one last tool. So we have looked over tools which are like what you say, are specific for text, which are specific for images, are specific for video, costly but specific for video. This one tool, it still doesn't have like what you say, the video feature yet, but it has like both images and writing and editing and all that available together, right? Like so predis.ai. In fact, I found it while researching for this session only, and I loved how it is. Give me 1 second. I logged in over here today. Yeah, so this is how it is. We start by entering what our website is. Uh, and it asks you some basic details. However, this website is little slow. I'll probably remove others so that the bandwidth is not. Let's do, I don't have a website. We do good. Okay, now when I click on continue, I can add whatever brand colors are there. So like let's suppose this is the brand color. However, these details are optional in general. We can try to upload the brand logo and it will put it in the images as well. Let me see if I'm. Okay. Okay, I need to link. One last thing, I'll just quickly show it to you. I forgot my password itself. Uh, team, can one of you send me? Okay, let hope it posts on my Instagram only. Okay, this link, Instagram is linked. Uh, okay, yeah, WeDoGood page is there. Okay, save. Cool. Now we go into where is this dashboard? Uh, we go into create new, and we are creating. So there are different version: text to post, script to post, special day post, code to post. Let's do meme post, right? So create a meme about. Okay, and let's let it do this thing. So since we added this whatever pink color as the brand color, it's kind of doing it. So it creates a when RCB wins a single match in IPL, when RCB wins the IPL championship, when IPL something weird. You can definitely edit this out as well. So let's suppose this is there, you can edit this out. So let me go here and let's do something on volunteering. Um
When a volunteer wants to get paid.
when a volunteer wants to,
Get paid.
okay, cool. Sure, let's do that. So this is volunteer work for free bank account. Oh, really? This is not that great. I can click on show more. These are still very nascent, so like some of these might take some little bit time. Right. Okay. So this is nice, right? Like volunteer asking for payment and surprise person. However, like this is not something for which you'll need AI to generate it. But again, this is one you can also go okay. Create more. It's asking me to do that. And the way to do this is like you can directly actually post it as this. So when I click on publish, it will just go to WeDoGood India story and all, and it will publish it directly, right? Like, so this is how these work. Uh, just to add, AI is costly, right? Like running AI models is very costly. So when you generate certain number of posts, right, like it cost OpenAI or someone to do it, and that's where like you should use these free versions to figure it out. But if you're using something general very regularly, like it's okay to have like basically pay a little bit for it. Okay, so I have been speaking a lot, right? Like, so I think we can move on to Q&A. I know we have went what around 10 minutes over. So like any questions?
Shubham, there are some questions in the chat already. So one question that's there is NGOs are already facing allegations that we use stock images. And now you're talking about using AI images. What do you have to say on that?
Right. Okay. So there are different type of like allegations. So when you are saying like it's going so there are two type of images that generally people use, right? Like if you're reaching out to potential donors, like if you're working in the education space, right? Like there must be some restrictions where you are not able to use the right set of image, like in general. And that's where it's okay to mention that, okay, like we cannot use the right images, whatever it is for marketing purposes and all, right? Like it is okay to use these images. While I would suggest when you're reaching out to donors separately, use the images that you have from your volunteering programs. Like there's no restriction. However, marketing pieces, any funny content, these kind of things can still have AI generated and stock images as such, right?
Yeah. Another question is if you know of any similar tools to Midjourney, which are free.
Okay, so the couple which I showed, Da Vinci and all, those are there. One thing which I did not cover, like, so you can use Copilot via Edge browser. So I currently do not have Edge browser myself. It still has some limitations, and DALI generally doesn't generate like very nice images. I show like the volunteer images and all. Uh, right? So you can still use that. So go to Edge browser. There is something called as Microsoft 365, right? And then you can click on it and try to do that. However, like I personally don't like Dali, and that's where like it is. Yeah.
Thanks, Momita. A question that came in for you was: will there be any movement in our body? So you were showing a video creation, right? So other than the mouth moving, will there also be a movement in the body? Shubham will give you a pause for a second. Are you able to unmute? Sorry, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's fine. So, yeah, there will be body movement, but again, you have to pay very highly for it. So, Synthesia, for instance, it kind of moves and feels like a human talking and all. And there are other alternatives as well that you can use. But again, that also means that you'll have to pay more for it. Yes.
I'll give you one context, right? Like, so there's one content creator on YouTube called Varun Maya. Like he has been creating YouTube shorts using AI for last 4 5 months, right? Like, so if you'll go and see most of his recent reels, it's no one, it's just their team writing that, okay, we want to create a reel on this. This is the content. And like he has uploaded video of him multiple times, and then he has been posting reels on a very regular basis, right? So he has money, so he has taken whatever costlier tools are there. But yeah, Akash,
Thanks. On
yeah,
Yes, sorry,
go
I
ahead.
was asking this question only on the very same lines of what should be a good set of AI tools to use. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I would say start with Chat GPT, right? And I know people are people always want to use free tools. I would suggest to go for a paid Chat GPT tool, right? Like that almost covers most of the use cases. You are able to generate image from that. Like there are ways to comprehend things, do it for blogs and all that stuff. I won't say go for 10, 20 different tools. It takes time to learn and understand and figure things out too. So and that's where I would say start with Chat GPT. Once you are good with that, you can move to another tools in general, right? Like, I'm happy to understand some of your use case and then suggest what to go about. But it really depends on the use cases as such in general. Yeah. Okay. Pratmesh message, can you show the names of the AI image generate? Okay, yeah. I can share the deck as well at the end of this session. However, I can wait, let me share.
Please ensure you fill in the feedback form so we know that you joined and we can send you the recording and the deck.
So if you are looking for these were the ones. Image generation are these, and then these are like the other tools. Yeah. Any other questions?
Simon has a question. If you can look at.
Okay. For smaller NGOs that do not have a full-time content creator on board, can these be a replacement, and would this be a cheaper than hiring a full-time employee who say gets paid 20 25K? Okay, so Simon, we have helped few organizations personally with content creation and all at such, right? Like one of the things which even like you'll need a human to do that. What these tools do is that decrease the time. So like if anyone in your team has a basic understanding of doing marketing and all, right? Like so you definitely can use these tools to improve their efficiency and kind of start basically creating contents on a regular basis, right? But if you're looking to get into a full-fledged marketing, if you're looking to get lot of leads, increase your followers and all, right? You would need someone who is very like thinking about marketing on a very regular basis, right? Personally feel that unless that person's priorities that, it becomes very hard to really achieve those results on a regular basis, right? Yeah. Cool. One more question, and what will be the average cost if an NGO has to use these tools effectively? We pay for two tools only, Midjourney and ChatGPT. The reason we do it is because we only have one Ishanya who is creating content. And ChatGPT is actually being used by everyone. Our tech team uses it. Someone has to analyze data, they use it. So we pay what, $20 each, so around $40 a month. We have taken a yearly subscription for Midjourney, which was around 45% cheaper. So that is there. In general, it will be around 3,000 rupees, but it really improves the productivity of a lot of people. Like we are able to like use that better. Yes, I don't use AI for marketing at all. I'm not a marketer in general. I don't know why I thought of doing this myself. Uh, but yeah, and in case any one of you are looking to understand how AI can be used, I'm happy to connect one-on-one as well and help you figure out like what are some of the tools you might be able to leverage, or if you have any specific cases in general. Okay. Lastly, we are also having one more session on advanced AI. We'll go through some more tools. For example, if you want to improve how to do BD calls or sales calls or donor pitching calls, right? Like there are tools which can help you improve your pitch. There are ways in which you can create AI chatbots, doesn't take a lot of time, 10-15 minutes. There are many other tools apart from ChatGPT and all, which solve specific cases. So if you are interested, you can join this session on 16th of April, where like we'll cover advanced AI. This will be the third session from this whole series itself. Yeah. Veer
There's
has a
one more
question.
question. Yeah.
Yes, Veer has a question that if we want a paid AI tool, what are the recommendations? Veer, as I mentioned, start with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a holistic tool that has it. One other alternative to that is getting a Merlin Pro AI, Merlin Pro. So what it does is that you don't need to focus on ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, whichever is better, you can do it. However, Merlin Pro is little costlier than ChatGPT, as it is giving you access to ChatGPT Vision and all those other stuff as well. Most of the use cases will be handled by ChatGPT itself. If you're really much into image creation, I still believe Midjourney is a lot better and very advanced as compared to others. You are able to create digital art, like cartoons and a lot of other things. So if you really want image creation and all, you can use Midjourney. Yeah. So these are the two tools I would suggest, not going beyond that.
Thanks.
Unless you
I'm
have a
going to,
yeah,
sorry, I'm so sorry, Shubham. I'm going to stop recording and people can continue asking questions,
right.
if any. And you could also re-show some of the tools if they feel uh, we move too fast. Uh, Thanks.